hi there, Loy from LoyMachedo.com, and it was Loy Machedo. Today's date is January 10, 2017. Time right now is 6:59 in the evening. Great to be back after so very long. I wanted to post many times a video, but I kind of resorted to using Facebook Live. Anyway, today's question that was asked to me by one of my readers or viewers is, Loy, I'm very confused. I have too many thoughts going through my head. I'm under a lot of stress. What do I do? How do I, know what task should I do, or how should I think clearly? So this is a question of clear thinking, and these are the answers that I would give you, or this is the solution I would recommend. Now, normally what happens is, you need to understand, I'm a guy who has a lot of thoughts because I have ADHD, attention hyperactive deficiency syndrome, as they call it, or attention deficit disorder, ADD. Now, what happens is my brain thinks very fast. I'm always thinking. I'm never quiet. I always have something or another. For example, if I were to sit down right now, I'm getting hungry, I'm getting thirsty. That's why maybe I drink water. Even right now when I'm doing the recording, I'm thinking about coughing. I'm thinking about answering the Facebook messages. I'm thinking about some girl that I want to talk to. I'm thinking of a porno. I'm thinking about eating a chocolate. I'm thinking about going out. I'm thinking of scratching my ear. So there are many thoughts going through my mind even right now, and I'm very distracted. So when I have a mind like this that keeps thinking, I just don't know what to do next. So this is a solution that I've come up with, which really helps me think creatively and easily when in doubt or when I'm confused. What I do is, this is my notebook. You can see this is my notebook. I always have a notebook kept on my desk. Okay, I keep it here. And what I tend to do is, every day, whenever I have a thought in my mind, whenever I have something in my mind that I want to do or I'm thinking of doing, I write it down. Like I wrote all this down. So what did I write down here? Let me show you. See, what did I write down? As you can see, I had to buy a pipe hose. That was part of shopping. I was thinking of my bank account. I was thinking of which scooter to buy next. Then I was thinking of my credit card bills. Sorry, I just burped. I drank soda. Then I was thinking of the money to be transferred. I was thinking of the blood test which I need to do in order to get my work permit. Then apart from that, later on I got thoughts that I have around 200 plus emails to answer. I have 17 WhatsApp messages. I have 46 Facebook messages. I needed to write an Agoda trip review and TripAdvisor review for Sanawan Palace that I stayed in. She was a very nice lady. I have to go to the language school. I also have website work to finish. Okay, so now, given the fact that I kept getting these thoughts, it would be distracting. So what I tend to do is, whenever I have all these thoughts, I write them down. And I make sure that I don't get impulsive, because sometimes what happens is, you're doing important work, all of a sudden, oh shit, I needed to do that, and you just run in that direction, and then it destroys the chain of thought. So the first thing what I do is, I write down everything that I want to do. I write it down on this piece of paper. I recommend using a physical paper and pen instead of typing it out on the computer, because you can keep editing, you can keep changing. I don't know, I like the physical aspect, just like I like physical books instead of using Kindle or a digital book. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing what you need to do is make sure that your smartphone, now right now I have a smartphone. I have a smartphone that is recording live. It's doing a Facebook Live. So when you have a smartphone, sometimes it can be really distracting. Okay, it can be like right now it is distracting, because kind of distracting, but I kind of like it. It's like Richard Phillips. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, Debbie. I need to focus. Chatura, guys, I need to focus. Okay, it's recording live. But normally what I recommend is, if you have a smartphone, make sure either it is on silent mode or it's on the airplane mode. The reason being is, these devices today are made in such a manner that it gets you addicted towards the notifications. That's why even on my desktop I have these bloody notifications. Ting, 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 ting. It keeps ringing. I've received an email. I've received a proposal from Match.com. I've received this thing from one of those romantic websites. I have an email that someone sent me. I have a Facebook email someone sent me. Then I have these games that I play online. So it's like, oh, your power has come back full. Even Candy Crush sometimes used to be distracting. So make sure that these devices that give you notification are kept aside. Okay, just keep them aside so that you don't think about it, you don't listen to them, you don't distract yourself. Because I've read this through these websites that when you lose your chain of thought or when you're distracted through an email, it takes you at least half an hour, 45 minutes, or even 1 hour to get yourself into the zone of doing things. In fact, I just listened to Tim Ferriss, who is one of my top authors in terms of peak performance, and what he said is the myth that you need to be on a task for half an hour and take a break, another half an hour and take a break, and half an hour and take a break, or 15 minutes take a break, is not recommended. If you are immersed in a task, the more you're immersed in it, the more creativity flows, the more the juice flows. So for me, if I'm studying, I find studies very boring. I just can't. Hi guys, I'm still doing the recording. Sorry. When I'm talking about studies, it kind of gets boring, so I take 15 minutes break. But when I'm doing something creative that I'm passionate about, I just get into the zone. Even if a girl says, I want to have sex with you, or she's saying, let me get naked for you on the camera, I'm like, sorry, I'm busy, that's it, I need to do my work. So the first one is write down your thoughts on a book with a pen or a pencil and keep that book always on your desk. The second one is make sure that your smartphone is kept aside or on switch on mode. The third one is make sure that your environment that you're in is conducive to or supporting you in terms of doing what you want to do. If you have music blaring at the background, you have kids screaming, you have people disturbing you left, right, and center, it will really mess up things. For me, I made sure that I changed even the place where I stayed. I used to stay in Dubai. I decided to move to Koh Samui, which is an island near Thailand, and I stay here. There's no noise, absolutely none. Like, for example, listen. I can even hear a car that is outside. There's only one car. Now, after that car goes, there's no noise. So for me, this environment, I'm alone. I stay alone in the middle of nowhere. So this kind of helps me focus into my tasks. So make sure that your environment supports you. Yes, of course, some of you are married, you have kids. You need to speak to your partner and ensure that she creates or he creates an environment that supports you for learning, studying, growing, or doing whatever work you have. So point number one is make sure you have a notebook. Point number two is get rid of your smartphone and other devices that distract you. Point number three is make sure that the environment supports you. Now, point number four is just as what you saw, make sure that you have all the essentials that are kept near you. I have my books which have easy access. I have the water that is kept here, so I don't need to get up. I sometimes keep a snack next to me, so anytime I feel hungry, just grab it and eat it. So I don't need to get up from this place. In fact, if you remember the movie that is In Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith, he plays Chris Gardner. What he does is where other people get up and go to the water cooler to drink water and they chit chat over there, he keeps the water cups near his telephone and he makes sure he lifts the phone and he keeps his hand in such a way that he just keeps dialing and says bye and dialing and bye and dialing and bye. If he drinks water, drinks, keeps it down so he doesn't move. So even those seconds he saves. So that kind of helps also. Okay. So, just so that you don't miss the point. The first one is, I hate this. I hate when a fucking pen doesn't work. Let me have another pen. See, I keep my pens near me so I don't need to get up. So one is you keep the notebook. Okay. The second point that I gave you, what was the second point that I gave you? That smartphone. Okay. The third one, what I told you is environment. And the fourth one is keep everything close. Okay. Now, if you actually see what I did is I wrote down all these points. I wrote down all the points, guys, if you're watching. I kept all these points near me. I kept my pen that was nearby, arm's length. The notebook was here. I wrote down the points. My water is here. So everything is here. So I don't need to move. Okay. Then, after you get all this done, your environment is done, you're comfortable, everything is fine. Write down all the thoughts that you have in your mind. Okay. You need to, take it out of your head because our mind has this habit of constantly going in a motion where it keeps, repeating the same information. That is why, when you sometimes you think you have a loop that keeps going on. You think about, let's say, for example, you broke up with your girl, or you're worried about your job, or you're stressed out about something. You keep thinking about it again and again and again and again, and it keeps going in a loop, and that kind of fucks up your head, you know. So what I do is, whenever I have something that I'm worried about, I write it down. Write down all the fucking points in your head. You sit down at one go, just empty your mind. Every single thing that is bothering you, write it down, write it down, write it down. Keep writing it down till you feel, okay, I don't have anything more. Fine. After you've written it all down, empty your mind. This is the next thing. What I do is, either you work on it right away, or what you do is, this is what I do. After I've written all the points down, I go and I take a power nap for 10 minutes. So, hi guys. Yeah, you guys are going, no problem. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, sorry, that was my Facebook Live. So, I go and take a nap for 10 minutes, and it kind of resets my brains, my whole system. It kind of resets. Even if I feel a sense of fatigue, I no longer feel sleepy, I just wake up. Okay, so I take a nap for 10 minutes, and after that, I get up. Then I look at the same book once again, and I see these points. Now, here's the tricky part, okay? Pay attention. Here's the tricky part. Now, what happens normally, people have, even I used to have this tendency where the goal was to complete as many tasks as possible. On a given day, I would love to do, like, for example, if I have 23 tasks to do, if I would finish like 15, it's like, wow, I've done it. If I finish 20, it's like, wow, I've done it. And if I didn't finish those 3, no problem. But here's the thing. I used to always think the more, the better. But then I kind of realized what Tim Ferriss said. This is a key question, okay? Pay attention to this question. The question is simply this. What is the one task, what is the one task that I can do or achieve or complete that would make all the other 99 tasks easier? Okay? Hear the question again. What is the one task that I can do that would make the 99 other tasks easier? When I started reflecting and asking myself these questions, what I realized is this question challenges me to focus on what is really, really important. Like, you know, I wrote down all these points that I shared with you. You know, answer 200 emails, respond to the 17 WhatsApp messages, Facebook 46 messages, write the Agoda travel trip advisor, check out the language school, then what is this? Start a YouTube video, which I'm doing now, do the creative work for the website. When I started writing it down, what I actually realized is the most important task that was going through the internet marketing course that I'm doing right now, one of the most expensive ones, and the memory program learning course that I'm doing online. That would actually help me. It will promulgate, it'll kind of give me the skills necessary to really become a world-class branding strategist online. That is what I want. But the reason my brain didn't think about it is because studying kind of made it boring for me. It really made it boring. I don't like studying. I don't like sitting in one place and studying. So I didn't want to actually do it. But when I thought about the question, what is the one task that would complete all the other 99 tasks? I realized if I improve my memory, if I improve my reading skills, if I study the internet marketing course, my life will be much, much more better. So what I decided is, after my 10-minute power nap, even sometimes when I go to sleep and I wake up, I still take a power nap. I decided the first thing what I'm going to do is do my course for 1 hour uninterrupted, and I did that. Okay, after I did that, obviously I didn't see any difference because this is a long-term thing. The next thing what I moved to do is I took a 10-minute power nap again, woke up and I said, fine, now that I finished my studies, what is the most important thing that I'm supposed to do? I gave someone a promise, a word that I would write them a letter recommending their hotel, okay, because I stayed there. So integrity is very important for me. I did that. And when I started to do that, I kind of got creative and I put down, I think today I put 2 articles. If I just check my website, today I have put, where's my articles? Okay, today I have put 2 articles by, one is the article that I was talking about, the review why in Bangkok, why you should stay in Sanan One Palace. And the other one is how this 17-year-old boy saved my life. I got this creative insight and I decided to put these articles, and I realized putting these articles actually pushes my Google rankings up because I'm putting new content. And suddenly I got this inspiration to put out this video because one of my clients, my ex-clients, his name is Shani, he asked me a question, and this question triggered, okay, fine, he's confused and he wants an answer, why don't I put up a video? So now when I look at it, when I reflect back on my entire day, because I wrote down the list of things to do, I was able to do the key elements, the key things that would actually add more value, okay, to what I had to do than to just complete tasks. Had I not done this, my first temptation would be to answer the 200 emails, respond to the Facebook messages, talk to those girls, watch a YouTube video, just have some fun. No. So what I did is I was able to choose what was really best for me, and I was able to do it properly. So like I said, if I were to summarize all these points, the first one is keep a notebook. Okay, keep a notebook. The second one is make sure that your smartphone, other notification devices are not closed. Third one is make sure that your environment kind of supports you. In my case, it kind of helps me relax and think clearly and helps me become productive. Point number 4 is keep everything that you need nearby. So once you start a task, you don't move. And last point is make sure that you take your power nap and then you ask yourself this question: what is the one thing that I should do that would make all the 99 other tasks much more easier and better? So I hope this kind of clears the clutter from your head, because for me it does. When I write it down, it kind of empties my mind. And this is a bonus point that I would give you. If in case you have serious doubts as to would you miss anything important, use post-it notes. I don't know where I kept it right now. It must be somewhere that I don't want to move. Use post-it notes and stick it where you can see it. I stick it on my large iMac so I can see whatever task I want to do. So yeah, this is how I'm able to clear out the confusion and keep my chain of thought clear and think clearly even when I'm under stress. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com, and it was LoyMachedo.com answering your question. Any other questions, send them across to me. Love to hear from you. This is Loy Machedo from Thailand, Koh Samui, saying goodbye for now. Cheerio. Take care. Bye.